Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nigel Forshaw. Before I start, I'd like to thank Mike for giving me the opportunity to talk about the Genus Erica identification aid, or sometimes just shortened to the aid. So I'm going to run it by double-clicking on Erica identification on the icon there, and we'll fire up. Just maximize the window. And I'm going to go into View, which is perhaps where most people will go when they first learn how to use the package. And there we have we have 965 Ericas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step through until I get to Erica abiatina, and then show you a few things about this particular Erica in the aid. So I'm going to move my hand or the cursor over the picture of Erica abiatina, and there you'll see it will fire up and load all the photographs that it has for Erica abiatina. I'm also now going to click on iNaturalist, and if I click there on iNaturalist, it will take us to Erica abiatina in iNaturalist and all the photographs that iNaturalist has of it. If we click on WFO, then it will take us to World Flora Online and give further information on Erica abiatina. Now I'm going to click on eFlora. This is a new feature just introduced a few weeks ago to version 4.01, and this gives you information provided by Sanby on Erica abiatina in this case. If I click on Table, it will give me a sheet of all the other Ericas, and it may be of use to some people. You can see all the characters that are set and not set for this particular species, and you can see all the other Ericas as well. If I click on distribution, well, obviously it's going to come up with a distribution map. The distribution is gleaned from the GBIF data, and abiatina is a Cape Peninsula endemic, and that's its distribution mostly on the top of Table Mountain. So this big square block here, the grid square, that is 25 by 25 kilometers. That's from Précy. The red dots are from the GBIF data. If I click on Find, then obviously I can type in the name of an Erica here, click on Find first, and it will go to the Erica that I'm looking for. You can also go back to the very beginning by clicking on First. You can go Next, you can click on Previous to go to the previous Erica, you can click on Last if you really want to. So those are all these buttons at the bottom here. You'll notice that the references are given here, so is the distribution, and then the various taxa for the inclusive species. So an inclusive species is Erica abiatina, so I'll show that to you. So there you'll see all the taxa associated with Erica abiatina. These are the synonyms, and what's new to this version is the research data. Version 4.01 has research data for the first time, and that appears here. By default it doesn't appear, so here are our options, and you can see that the research data window is ticked, and that's why it loads up here on the right hand side of the page. If you want to identify an Erica, you can click on Match, Identify Match, and then you look at the Erica obviously and you say, well, where was I? And let's, for argument's sake, say I was in the Langeberg. Let's say it was an Erica greater than 10 millimeters, or the Corolla is greater than 10 millimeters, and it's orange, and let's say the styles are non-exerted, anthers are non-exerted. Okay, and there you have it, you have Erica blena. So it picks that one out. I was thinking of Erica blena. So that's Erica blena in the Langeberg. And what you can also do is do identification by probability. So if I click on the probability icon, you can see that here the same Ericas are selected. Erica blena is at the top of the list, but now previously in the match algorithm, if I go and say it is, for argument's sake, white, then it disappears out of the list. It's gone. So if you get one character wrong, then the Erica you're trying to identify no longer appears in the list and you'll never find it. So, well, how do we solve that? Well, we solve that using the probability algorithm. And with the probability algorithm, even though I selected white here, you can see that Erica Blenner is still there. Yes, it goes down the list of probabilities, but at least it's still there. And the minute I turn off white, then Erica Blenner goes right back up to the top of the list. If you want to know details of Erica Blenner whilst you're identifying, you just click on details and it'll come up with that Erica. And you can step through all the Ericas that are likely, that have a high probability of being the Erica you're trying to identify. Let's go back to identify. Alright, I'm going to close this window. Now, it might happen that you're trying to identify an Erica and you have a photograph on your hard drive somewhere. Well, I have a photograph on my hard drive and it is right here, and it's this particular Erica here. You can call that up, so for easy viewing, so you don't have to flip through windows all the time. You can see I've called up this particular Erica, and you can zoom into it by clicking on plus. You can resize the window even. Let's resize the window, and yeah, okay, well, let's try and identify this Erica. So we're going to clear all the Ericas. I happen to be in the southwest region. I took this particular photograph, and let's say the corolla is between 5 and 10 millimeters. This style is included, the anthers are included. What else can we say about it? It's white. Anyway, I know this is Erica dulcis, so you know it's quite high up in the list. Remember, if you get one character wrong, okay, the ovaries is still there, but let's say it's a resprouter. It's definitely not a resprouter. Then it disappears and you'll never see it. So you turn off resprouter and it comes back. So that's why I view the photograph is there. So I'm going to close that. Now it might happen that you have an Erica, let's say in iNaturalist, that you're trying to identify. And it's a bit of a nuisance to flip between this screen and your browser with running iNaturalist, unless of course you've got two screens. But anyway, I've only got one screen. So that's why it's quite useful to be able to go and copy a URL, copy a web address. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to click on View Web Photograph. So I've clicked on that, and then I'm going to paste the URL into here and click on OK, and there's Erica. This is an Erica I photographed on Genus Corp a month ago. I still don't know what it is, but that's quite useful. You can again zoom in to look at some of the characters a little bit more closely. Then we have the compare option. If you want to compare, let's say, Erica abiatina with Erica grandiflora, and you can click on diagnostics, and there it will show you what the differences are and the diagnostics. You can also do another trick and look at what the similarities are. And if we go to options, you can click there, click character similarities, and then when we do the diagnostics, it will look at the similarities between the two species. Okay, let's close that. Let's close this. Alright, now when we're in the view section of the aid, these are all the standard windows that come up. If you start closing them, then when you go out and go back in again, they won't be there because you closed them. If you want to open them again, we'll just click on synonyms, click on taxa, click on research data if you want to see all that info. You can move these windows around as well. You can move them around here, and if we exit here and then go back in, the windows will still be moved. if the positioning of the windows is a real mess and you no longer like the positioning, you can go to options and then set everything to default. You click on that button there, default. It will move all the windows back to the default position for you. Alright, then we have sort. All the Ericas now in this list here, if I go next, or just close that. If I go next here, all the Ericas are in alphabetical order. However, you might want to sort by ID number, and that will sort the Ericas and put them in their section. So this is Gigandra section. If I go next, you'll see that these are all the Gigandra Ericas. But let's reset the sort because I don't want to sort by ID, so I'll reset that. Alright, and then options, I did show you that briefly, so have a look at these options here. You might want to turn some things off and some things on again. What I haven't shown you is research data mode. So if you click there, then we go into research data mode. So I'm going to move this down here. Now what research data mode allows you to do is to search on scientific or research data. So let's close that, and I'm going to go to match. So if you want to know what are all the Ericas, which Ericas were updated in 2023, you can click on 23 there. Now that gave me no Ericas. Why is that? That is because I've forgotten to clear these characters here. Okay, so I better clear that. And let's have another go. So these are all the Ericas which were, all the homonyms which were updated in December 2023. So the dates have been grouped, so you can see all the updates or revisions to Ericas between 2000 and 2024. You can click there. So there are 305 Ericas that have been updated since 2000, or revised since 2000. So here they all are. Then, okay, let's just go back into match. What else might be of interest? If you want to see which are all the inclusive species, you can click yes there, and let's just turn off these characters here. And these are all the inclusive species that we have in the aid. So that's a little bit about the research data and how to search. Another trick that people might not be aware is, let's say you know that some particular Erica occurs in the Kamenasi and the diagnostics may have defined something in the diagnostics with the word Kamenasi. You can go and search here for Kamenasi. Let me clear this first. Let me clear that and type in here Kamenasi, and there you can see Coccinia, subspecies Coccinia, has a reference in the diagnostics to the Kamenasi Mountains, and there's Kamenasi. So that's a spin-off of the matching algorithm that people might not actually be aware of. Then we've got online help. You click there, we've got online help. If you say let's go down and have a look at corolla shape, especially for a beginner who doesn't know what the corollas are and the parts of the Erica, this will tell you what the bracteoles and the bracts and sepals and so on are like, or what they are. If you click on corolla shape, it gives you a definition of what we mean in the aid by globe and urn and cup. So that's help can be very, very useful for someone who's not familiar with the shapes of corollas. So that's about it. That's everything that I wish to talk to you about. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them